welcome to Horror Madness with Deb and Dana.
Tonight we are talking about Mad Monster Party Concord. It is a convention we do every year.
That's
for the
our biggest convention. Just to get this out of the way before anybody's actually watching, we know there's issues. We know there's things that people don't like. We're not talking about that.
So, we went to Mad Monster Party, and yes, we know there's issues. There
was 1 year.
We go for our friends. We started going 2022.
I don't know.
It was 2022.
We got a whole crew, and most of the people that listen to us are our crew.
Woo!
They're
our Mad Monster crew, so they're gonna appreciate this episode.
Love all you guys. Love everybody.
Our first couple of years, we kept to ourselves.
Yeah.
And then
first 1.5. I think we went to one and we didn't have that much fun because we didn't know anybody, and
I thought
a couple of vendors we had seen a couple times. No, it wasn't. We met all the vendors.
We met everyone. We met everyone.
Our first year. But we didn't really hang out that much. We were just staying at the hotel, and it was an absolute blast. There was 125 Jasons there. Yeah.
But as the years have gone by, we have created a family, really.
Straight up.
It's straight up family.
It's wild how many friends, and we've got a gang of motherfuckers at this point.
Yes, between attendees and vendors and people who work for Mad Monster.
Yeah, it's insane.
I love it.
And that overrides the possible issues anyone could have, that's the only thing that overrides it. It was our first horror convention, and we've been going for years. And,
I missed you guys so much.
Missed you guys so much. So, talking about vendors, our friend Ashley just said something, and man, we love those guys. The Art of Barcode. So much.
Yes.
At all times.
Missed you guys this year so much.
Missed you guys so much. Fucking with you while we were drunk.
Yes. Oh, Ashley. Always loud and always hugging everyone. I do what I do. Honestly, I live for the conventions because I live to see my friends.
And good art. And
good art.
Our whole house is covered by
we have said it a million times, and we're going to say it a million times more. We want to support the local and regional, I guess, really is the right word.
Caroline, Art of Barcode, West Flattery, and
Loft 817.
Even apart from the vendors, we got this whole group. We'll give them some shout outs. Brian, Suchek, Alex, I don't know, Nicole,
Jason,
JC,
Chris.
There's so many people. We've got such a huge group of friends.
I love it. It's kind of
it's wonderful.
I always say walking into Dragon Con is home, but walking into Mad Monster has equally become home.
It's ramping up to be a home away from home.
And as the years have gone on,
we got a gang of friends at this point.
Yeah.
A whole ass gang of friends. It's insane.
It is. So, even when the guest list is light, which Brad Dourif isn't light. I don't want to say Brad Dourif and Robert Englund are light. We already met Robert Englund.
Yeah. We had in the best way possible.
Oh, yeah. No, I sat next to him at the bar,
So we're just talking about Mad Monster. I think our first good Mad Monster story was Friday, early Friday.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, and we walked into the bar, and there were literally 2 seats available in the entire bar. that were just next to
Robert
England.
Oh, and Dana was like, go sit next to him. And
I don't know what to do. Like, our literal only options are sitting next to Robert England. And Deb kept being like, you sit there. I was like, no. You sit next to Robert England, while he was getting berated by people trying to just not pay.
Also, I didn't speak a word to him.
No, we didn't communicate with him, but goddamn, was he a cool dude. Like,
listening to him, like, talk to other fans.
Signed things. He sat there for an hour trying to just get away from
just trying to drink his
random people. He just, like, wanted to drink his wine and chill out. And I think he had been for a decent amount of time. We did not fuck that up.
No.
There have been times that we have fucked things up for famous people.
Have there?
Dusty at Dragon Con.
Oh yeah, that was a whole thing.
Yeah, we fucked that up for Dusty at Dragon Con. He
Sorry,
was just
got bad.
But Dusty's great. Dusty Gannon's great. Vision Video. If you hadn't checked out Vision Video, if you like The Cure, if you like any good goth music. Humanly possible.
Yes, check out Vision Video. So, the consensus in the people we interviewed. People go to Mad Monster. Yes, they go for the horror and the celebrities, but they go for the people.
I am, again, here at Mad Monster with one of my favorite Mad Monster people who I adore. We're here with JC, and we met him. Oh God, we only met you last year. Yeah. This is our year anniversary. It has been a long year. It has been a long year. Also a year of building wonderful friendships. And I adore you, and I'm so glad you're willing to talk to me on recording for this. He joins in on all our lives and gives us shit.
I want you to try this first. And I'm like, it's not working out for me. She's like, all right, I'll send you
I love it. So, how many Mad Monsters have you been to?
Hardcore.
This is my
So he was talking about how he was
and you do party and expo.
Yes. Himself off
you do February
slowly,
and
day by
August.
day by day. And he was like, I realized my anxiety was no different than
what
anybody else.
What keeps you coming back to
my
Mad
doctors
Monster?
were just like, there you go.
The people that I meet
it's
and the
just
relationships
like,
that I build. Because
that's
I think
why
to be a horror fan, you've
I'm
had to
very
go
careful
through
with it. Like, I don't mix it with alcohol. I'm scared to death of it.
So the vulnerability that comes with meeting other horror fans that share their personal stories, inspired by these movies that a lot of people don't think are worthy or cheesy.
Anything that alters my mind.
That's what makes me
take all the time.
Okay, I'm here with Doug at Mad Monster. This is one of my very good friends, and I love him. And we're going to talk a little bit about horror and Mad Monster.
Yeah.
How many Mad Monsters have you been to, Doug?
I have been to, I think, about 8 of them now.
What keeps you coming back?
Friends.
Friends.
Friends. Over guests and everything, it's seeing friends that I've made here, and it just makes my day.
The horror community, especially here in the South, where we're all little misfits, and we're in the South, and like we're here, we're like Cheers, everybody knows your name. Like, I love that, and that's what keeps us coming back.
Absolutely, it's all about friends. It's all about seeing people that I've met here, and it's the connection, it's the bonding, it's the love. I mean, we all have so much deep love for each other, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, they could have a shitty guest list, and I would still come just to see my friends.
And I think that's what it comes down to. They go for the friends they've made. They go for the community that we've built here. I mean, I don't know how Mad Monster is in the other areas. Mad Monster has Arizona, Colorado, Atlanta, Charlotte. I think that's it.
I think there's at least one more.
There's
Arizona,
Expo.
Colorado,
There's a couple
Atlanta,
expos.
Charlotte. No, that might be it. They've got so many. And we were saying like 4 years ago they're overextending themselves. And apparently this year, and that's not a bad thing. It seems their biggest focus is Atlanta, which is this weekend.
Yeah, this coming weekend.
Weekend. It's
What?
Tuesday, March 4th currently. I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
when
this weekend.
anyone
It's
can
the
hear
8th.
this
Yeah.
outside of that. Yeah.
And it was kind of crazy, the amount of people they announced for Atlanta.
Goodness gracious. Like, Atlanta was 2 weeks later, and they were just, like, infinitely, like, this amazing person, and this amazing person, and this amazing person. And we just spent the whole time being like, well, the original Mad Monster is North Carolina. How about you announce something for the one we're going to? And they didn't. They
Yeah,
just straight
it
up
was-
didn't.
I will say, Darcy the Mail Girl,
Darcy was great.
a pleasure. And
She threw money at Deb.
so it was a Friday night, and I walked in and I was like, fuck it. I usually don't want to do buyings and autographs and photos
soon
on
as
the
you walked
first
in.
day.
She was immediately after Sergeant Slaughter. And like we walked in and I turned my head and I was like, oh, fuck me, that's Sergeant Slaughter. Like all up in my face, looking the exact same age he did
How?
in 1986 somehow.
How?
Man, the drill sergeant for G.I. Joe looks no different today than he did in 1986, and that makes zero sense.
Zero different. And there was Darcy the Mail Girl, and she was sitting there, and I was like, fuck it. I am tipsy enough, and there is no line yet. She looks bored.
She
I'm gonna
was an
talk to her.
absolute pleasure.
She helped me pick a picture for my autograph, and then I wanted a picture and a selfie. I don't even remember what the cost was, but I had $10 more. It was like $30.
I think it was 70.
It was a weird amount for both,
And we only had
20s.
20s. And then, like, so we ended up paying 50 because Darcy threw the 20 back at you.
Yes, I was like, take it, keep it. And she was like, no. And I was like, yes, I'm walking away now. And I walked away, and then a 20 came flying at my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
As more beautiful than I ever would have thought that she would actually be in real life. Which is kind of a big thing, seeing people in real life.
Also, she was an angel. She was a gem of a person.
Yeah, she was great. It was wonderful.
It was a pleasure. And we walked around a bit, and I was like, I was like, if the line for Brad Dourif isn't that long.
And it was. Crazy long.
It was crazy long the entire weekend. This Mad Monster was kind of packed, and like it didn't look packed when we first pulled up, but like
So for no apparent reason at all, I love Brad Dourif from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah. Not just from his voice. Like, no, I love Chucky.
also like
Especially like the early Chuckies. Like I love the Chucky movies and I love Brad Dourif, but like I think, and the only thing I would have told Brad Dourif if I could have was that I do think the first film I ever watched in my life that got me interested in film as a beautiful subject and not just as something that happens sometimes was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And I think it made me understand what a film should be, or that a film is good or bad, was watching One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. If you haven't, please do.
you should.
It is a masterpiece of cinema. And
It is.
The stars in that shit before they ever really were famous is just insane. Like, yeah, go watch that shit.
Yes, you absolutely should watch it. It is.
Nurse Ratched has a spin-off TV series from a couple years ago.
Also a great show.
Also a great show, but like it's literally just a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest spinoff that like I don't think anybody even knows it's a spinoff.
It is also a great fucking show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we met new people this Mad Monster.
Did we?
Yes.
Ooh.
Teresa, Lauren. I think that was it. Yeah, no.
I was having alcohol poisoning.
Oh, yeah, no. I made new friends. Dana was busy being sick.
Yeah, I was dying.
But you
alone.
met them after. Also, wild. I went to the best panel of my life at this Mad Monster. I've been to a lot of good panels.
You know about the Brad Dourif?
Yeah, Brad Dourif. So Brad Dourif and Fiona Dourif were there. They are father-daughter duo in Child's Play movies. And honestly, it was an amazing panel.
It really was. It was really good panel.
Not just their banter, but like the things they had to say about being in the movies and being in the shows they're in and what they loved about it. And it was just super cool. Like, I wish I had stood in the line to talk to them because I would have loved to have had a moment to talk to them because they just seemed so fucking cool. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, they were both awesome as fuck.
We also, like, every time we turned around, saw Billy Zane.
Yeah, like, no shit. It was wild as fuck.
Every time. There's always one.
Yeah, every year there's somebody. It was Lance Hendrickson one year. It was Deep Roy one year. Those were different years. And then Kostas Mandalar for me, but not Deb one year. I kept accidentally running into Kostas Mandalar at like 6 a.m. and he was on the phone like,
and Dana hadn't been to bed yet.
Yeah, and he kept being like, yeah, I'm about to go for like a 6-mile jog. Like it's fucking cool. Like I got to keep my health up. And I was all like, God damn, dude. Like how early did you go to bed? Like I haven't even gone to sleep yet. Also, he's a great dude.
No, it was a great Mad Monster. It's always a great Mad Monster. I spoke to a lot of our friends, so it was kind of cool. So, like, I started out talking to people we knew that I was just like, hey, you're my friend. I'm going to interview you for our podcast. And then, like, people would overhear and get excited and be like, I want to talk to you.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Matthew.
Hello, Matthew.
Or Matt, for
Or
short.
Matt. What do you prefer?
Matt's fine.
Matt. Okay, all right. I'm Deb. I'm with Horror Madness Podcast. I gave you, or he gave you, one of us gave you our card last night. So I'm going to start out with, what is your favorite horror movie?
Oh, that's tricky. I would honestly have to say, just because I love the aesthetic, the 70s version of Nosferatu, the Werner Herzog one.
Oh my gosh, so I had a poster of, like a movie theater poster framed on my wall as a child. Like, I get it. So you brought that up. Did you see the new Nosferatu?
I did.
What were your feelings on it?
I loved it because I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit of a Robert Eggers fanboy.
I'm going to introduce myself again. I'm Deb.
Hi, I'm Miranda.
Miranda, I was real drunk last night, so I don't know if I met you.
No, I wasn't out here last night.
Oh, okay. All right, so this is not your first Mad Monster. No.
Last time was in August.
Oh, in August at Expo. Okay, you love horror movies.
Yes.
What's your favorite scary movie?
We were talking about this earlier. I have my top 3.
Okay.
In no particular order. Silent Hill.
Okay, good choice.
So
It's a
last
beautiful
year
movie.
in August, we met Laurie Holden.
Oh, yes. She was, yes.
I love her so much in that movie. I love Silent Hill so much. I've never played the games, but I love that movie. It's the perfect amount of lore and gore and dread. So number 2 is the 2017 Evil Dead. The gore in that movie is so fun with a payoff.
And third.
Lovely Molly. Have Have you heard of that one?
No. Oh, damn it, you stumped me.
It's so good.
And
So,
I get a
JC,
notice from CBS.
what's
they're
your
like,
favorite scary
prescription
movie?
for Alprazolam has been filled.
Tough for me to pick.
And then
but
I had a
like
message from Atrium, and it was the nurse, and
Good
she's
for
like,
Her
your doctor
job.
sent you a prescription
Okay.
for 90
Harry and stuff
pills.
like that. Growing up gay in the South, I could identify with the
But
fine
she
girl.
knows, but no,
Who goes through
no,
all
but
that
she knows
shit,
I've been laid
fights
off,
the
so she's
monster.
giving
But then I
me
can also identify with the monster because
90 pills.
I look at you like a monster.
They're the minimal pills,
My
but I'm
favorite,
normally
if I had to
good
pick
on
one, is probably
25 of
Suspiria, the
25 of
original,
make it good. I've never
because
taken
it's
anything about that.
beautiful.
It is a beautiful movie. So I'm gonna start this out. What's your favorite horror movie?
I would have to say Night of the Demons.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Second question. What is the movie that scares you the most?
So the movie that scared me the most was probably more from my childhood, but it was The Poltergeist.
That solid.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
watched it in middle school. And
Yeah,
that
it
is-
terrified me. That was probably the most, that, and I would probably put it right against The Exorcist.
And unfortunately, we were very prepared for that to happen and spent all of Friday preparing for that to happen. And we bought microphones and everything. But unfortunately, Deb has an old school iPhone that does not connect to our thing. And I was dying of alcohol poisoning. So,
But we did get, we
so it
made,
was just like straight from the phone and not the microphone situation. They could have been
also,
infinitely better.
I ripped it from my phone and it sounds good.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's loud.
Carolina Fear Fest. We're trying to do a like
so
real
hard.
thing.
So this was going to be like our last convention partying and not working.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'll still party at Carolina Fear Fest.
Yeah, we'll always party.
But we have in for press passes and like we're trying real hard to do a thing.
And whether we get them or not, we're still gonna do the same thing.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm still going to do it because honestly, like, I love talking to people about their favorite horror movies, the movies that scared them the most, and about what they love about conventions. And the consensus was the people.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter the stars that are going to be there. What matters is the people and the community we've all built. And I love to be a part of that now. And I feel like we are now.
I think more than anything, this year's Mad Monster, people kept coming up and being like, who are you most excited to see? And I just kept being like, you. I'm most excited to see my convention friends and hang out and party with my convention friends.
Also, it was wonderful. So, I went to another convention on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Dana was working, so unfortunately he couldn't go with us. Yeah, I took my son to his first convention, and he wanted to meet Cal Dodd, the voice of Wolverine. Also, he took a lot of moments, and also I love the convention scene of the Carolinas. So we have our horror convention friends that we see every year. I went to a comic book convention a week later and ran into so many people.
Which was technically hours away.
Let me tell you, walking through there,
How
I
does that work?
saw friends. Oh, we met people. And you meet people at a convention and you look for them after. You search your Facebook friends. You search the groups of the conventions. You meet people and you're like, I want to see this person again. I only got their first name.
Yeah, if I even vaguely recognize you in the most outwardly way, I add you on Facebook instantly.
So, I hung out with my new friend all day Saturday and all night Saturday night, and we both were looking for each other.
Yeah. It's so much
Searching
fun.
our Facebook friends. So, I mean, it was wonderful to go to another convention outside of the horror community and run into, like, my horror family was beautiful. I wish you had been there,
I
Dana.
think one of the most important things that can be said on Earth, and I've been saying about Dragon Con for 30 years, but the horror conventions are the same thing. Like, if you have any thought of going, just go.
go.
Like, I'm also a insanely shy person that, like, doesn't talk to randos and stuff, like, in the real life at all. But, like, if the convention has things that you're into, everyone's there for the same reason. And, like, you can just talk to the most random, no matter what they look like, no matter how much they look like somebody you wouldn't like. They're there for the same reason you are, and you've got so much in common. Like, it's insane. And you just, like, if they don't talk to you, talk to them. And, like, they're, like, it's just nothing but endless
Love.
friends. It's endless love. Like, it's great going to a convention for something that you're interested in. Everyone has your same interests, always. There was a lot of our friends that weren't there.
Yeah.
And I met some amazing new people. I felt bad. I met one of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my life, and I talked to him for like an hour, and he just kept being like, you don't actually understand who I am. But I was like, yeah, no, dude, I fucking clearly do. And it was so much fun. And, like, we've been in contact since, and we want to get him on our podcast. I really want to get him on our podcast. Hopefully it will happen. He was here this weekend, but I started a new job, and that was unfortunate timing.
You never know the things that will happen at Mad Monster or Carolina Fear Fest, which is our next convention in May. Oh, it was a very wonderful Mad Monster, and
they're all wonderful.
You guys, horror conventions, they are great. Man. They are fun.
It's so cool.
It is like, amazing.
If nothing else, like, if you're into horror, you've never been to a convention, you may or may not. But, like, if you're drinking, you're hanging out, you're in the host hotel and stuff, there's, like, almost zero chance you won't end up meeting somebody.
The smaller the convention,
the better, for sure.
That's when we already talked about Danny Hassel. That's when Danny Hassel happened. Felissa, Tom Savini.
Yeah, like the smaller the convention. Better. And sometimes, oh my God, we've never even really brought up Tara Reid.
Don't.
We will. We'll do a Sharknado one day. We're gonna do a Sharknado one day and talk about the Tara Reid.
She's so tiny. Oh. There's so much to say about.
Yeah, Godzilla and King Kong, which is me and Deb standing next to a leprechaun. Just Tara Reid. Boy, that was a great story that I can't wait to tell you guys, but it has to be appropriate.
What we are saying is support your local horror community, like the local conventions, the regional conventions. Support your artists, support your vendors, support the people who create the movies we love, because, like, seriously, if you don't support them, it's not going to keep happening.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I will make sure to support every new horror movie, whether it's shitty or not.
And some of those shitty ones are actually great, and some of those shitty ones are shittier than they think they are.
Also, get out there, watch it, support the community, because
just
we are small.
Throwing shit out there like Redhead. Go watch Redhead.
Oh, yes. Watch the indie movies.
Watch the indie movies.
Go to the conventions.
It's so important. It's actually so important to watch those indie movies, because those dudes.
Those are the Terrifiers.
Yeah, they're the Terrifiers.
They're the Damien Leones.
So, putting their heart and soul out there, hoping that one day they'll fucking make it. And I think Terrifier is probably like the biggest example.
Our community is small, and it's cliche. We are the weirdos. We are the misfits. Yeah. Support each other. Love each other.
Because sometimes you're going to end up with a Buddy Cooper and the Mutilator. Sometimes you're going to end up with a Damien Leone with Terrifier. Sometimes you're going to end up with a Redhead.
With Jonna and Sam. Yeah.
You just never know. And so, to be fair, I think Jonna and Sam are gonna.
Oh, they're gonna
could
do.
blow some
they're
shit
gonna
up in
do.
the next few
Jonna
years.
and Sam are gonna.
Yeah, at some point in the next few years, everyone that's listening to this they're gonna be a new Terrifier, and somebody is gonna be like, "Fuck me, you've met them." Be like, "Yeah, I fucking met them."
The community needs it. The artists need it.
Yeah, that's a big thing. The artists, they're out there making beautiful art that people that would listen to this would love. There's somebody for all of your tastes.
Yeah, get out there and see what you love.
They've all got prints. You know, they've all got lesser expensive prints.
Also, just get out and make friends. I mean, I never in a million years thought.
Yeah. The Cassie that designed our logo.
Yeah.
It was her first horror convention. She is now one of my favorite people that ever lived on the planet Earth. She's a great chick that I would have never, ever met or interacted with, no matter what, if it wasn't for a horror convention. And it was like, she did a one-day thing. It's amazing.
And that's why this was a fun little episode, but I definitely wanted to do it because as fun as it was and as kind of there's no rhyme or reason to how we went about it. It was an important episode.
Whether you're in Carolina or Atlanta or Colorado or Arizona.
Wherever you are. If you're not in an area Mad Monster is, go to your local convention. Go to Spooky Empire. Go to Days of the Dead. Go to Evansville Horror. Go to Smoky Mountain Terror.
There's something near you. And we've been to a bunch at this point, and they're all great.
They're all wonderful.
Just go. Just go. You're doubting it. You're doubting yourself. Quit it. Just quit doubting yourself and realize that you can go.
That's why this was a super important episode. And I can't wait to edit it and put everything in. And it was fun to record with you tonight, but also fun to record at the convention. And talk to people right there about what they love.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing more important than horror conventions in the horror world. Because, like, as not that we are, right, not that we are, but, like, when you are a director or an actor, or you are just, like, a Jason in one movie ever and, like, pretty much nothing else, like, just seeing people walk up and just like shower love on these people that were behind a mask, you know, that aren't world famous actors who tried their ass off and like did a great job, and so many people love it.
And they love it. They
appreciate it so much.
Anyway, we love you guys.
Love you, motherfuckers. Good night.